Hello students and welcome to Skholar IAS, your one-stop solution to UPSC preparation. I am Shubhangi Sharma, your faculty for History and Culture. And students, as you already know, this is the second part of your monthly current affairs compilation with respect to history and art and culture. So let's begin. Let me share my screen with you guys. All right, students. So as I have just told you, this is the second part of your history and art and culture current affairs monthly compilation. The first part has already been uploaded on YouTube, wherein we had covered some of the most important current affairs with respect to history and culture from January 2021, The Hindu and the Indian Express newspaper. Now, in this particular lecture, students, will be tackling with three more articles that have been covered from The Hindu and PIB as well. Now, the topics that we are going to discuss about will include a news pertaining to the Indian martial arts. The second one is pertaining to a battle, that is the Bhima Koregaon battle. And the third one is pertaining to the birth anniversary of Lala Lajpat Rai and his associated personality. The dates have also been given here, students, so that you can go back and see the article which is given in The Hindu and PIB as well. So let's move forward with the first article. Now, herein, students, as I've just told you, it is pertaining to the Indian martial arts, and this news will be a part with respect to your prelims examination in the history of India and Indian national movement. Now, with respect to GS1, it will also form a part under Indian heritage and culture. Now, before starting the discussion on this particular news, let us see that what is the context in which it is in news. So basically, students, four indigenous martial art forms have been included in 2021 as a part of a game known as Khelo India Youth Games by the Union Sport Ministry. And that is why these four martial arts are in news, about which we are going to discuss as a part of this particular article. Now, students, before moving on towards the martial arts, I would like to give you a brief introduction about this game, that is Khelo India Youth Games, under which these martial art forms have been included. So students, this Khelo India Youth Game was launched in the year 2018, and it has multidisciplinary grassroots events for people under 17 years of age and people under 21 years of age. Now, this particular game is conducted annually, that is once every year, and the best performers as a part of it are given an annual scholarship of rupees 5 lakhs for 8 years to prepare for international sporting events. So basically, students, this particular program, that is Khelo India Youth Game, is something that has been started in the year 2018 to promote the martial arts that are a part of our ancient Indian heritage. Now, as a part of this, four new martial arts have been added to this list, and that is why they will be very, very important for us from the culture perspective. Now, students, the four martial arts that have been included as a part of this game include Kalaripayattu, Gatka, Thangta, and Malacham. So, we have to discuss some important features pertaining to all four of these martial arts. Now, here in students, I would like to point out that there is a entire detailed discussion that has been done as a part of Indian martial arts, and it is available on the channel Skholar IAS, which has been done by me. And here in students, the martial arts, that is Gatka, Kalaripayattu, and Thangta, have already been covered in detail. So you can look up to this particular video to understand the key features associated with these three martial arts. However, there is one martial art that has not been covered as a part of this article, that is Malacham. So we are going to only discuss about that. All right, so let's move forward. Now here in students, as a part of Khelo India program, as I've just told you, 4 Indian martial arts have been incorporated, which includes Kalaripayattu, Gatka, Thangta, and the fourth one is Malakam. Now here in students, as a part of Malakam, some important features that you should know include that it is a traditional form of gymnastics and it is performed on a wooden pole which is made of wood from shisham or Indian rosewood, and this is polished with castor oil. This is also performed along with a cane or a rope. So students, herein the key takeaway for us or the introductory part to Malakam will be that it is a type of gymnastics that is performed since ancient times in our country. Apart from the students, if we talk about the etymology of the term Malakam, it is derived from the terms Malla, which means a wrestler, and Kham, which means a pole. So combined, it is pole wrestling, wherein a wrestler is wrestling on a pole, and hence the term Malakam. Apart from this, if we talk about the states in which this particular martial art is being practiced, this includes Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. Now, here in students, a new development has also happened in Malakam sport, wherein girls are now also allowed to perform on the pole, which was not the case earlier. So this is a new development and this will be important for us. Apart from the students, another important fact that you should remember as a part of Malakam is that Madhya Pradesh had declared Malakam as its state sport in the year 2013. However, students, this particular martial art had already been developed as a competitive sport since 1981. So it got recognition in 2013 being the state sport of Madhya Pradesh. However, it has been in the field and has been developing as competitive sport since 1981. तो स्टूडेंट्स एक क्विक रिकैप में आप ये याद रखेंगे कि 4 इंडिया की मार्शल आर्ट है जिनको खेलो इंडिया के अंदर इंक्लूड किया गया है। खेलो इंडिया एक प्रोग्राम है जिसके अंदर इंडिया की मार्शल आर्ट्स को प्रमोट किया जाता है। अब जो 4 मार्शल आर्ट्स इसके अंदर इंक्लूड करी गई हैं वो है गटका, थंगटा, कलारी पयट्टू और मलखम। इसमें से जो पहली 3 मार्शल आर्ट्स है वो हमने ऑलरेडी यूट्यूब में इंडियन मार्शल आर्ट्स के अंदर कवर कर रखी है, तो आप उस वीडियो को जरूर देखिए। जो चौथी मार्शल आर्ट है वो है मलखम, जिसकी कुछ बेसिक डिस्कशंस हमने इस पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड में कर लिए हैं। So students, with this I have completed the discussion on the first article. Now we will move forward towards the second article. Now students, the second article is taken from The Hindu and it is pertaining to the Bhima Koregaon battle. Now, with respect to your syllabus, it will form a part under History of India and Indian National Movement with respect to the preliminary examination, and with respect to the mains examination students, it will form a part under Indian Heritage and Culture. So here in students, first of all, let us understand that what is the news all about. So basically, recently, the Union Minister for State and Social Justice Empowerment in Maharashtra had stated that the 1818 Battle of Bhima Koregaon should be included in the history textbooks. Now here in students, Bhima Koregaon was a battle that was fought in the state of Maharashtra. The details are something that we are going to discuss just now. The news is that a particular minister has urged the Education Ministry to include this particular battle in the textbooks, which is not done till now. All right. So as a part of the students, we are going to talk about some key points that are associated with the Bhima Koregaon battle. Now students, this particular Bhima Koregaon battle was fought in Bhima Koregaon, which is a district in Pune, Maharashtra. Now it was fought between two forces, that is the Peshwas on one side and the Britishers on the other side, and the date is 1st January 1818. तो पेशवा और ब्रिटिशर्स के बीच में भीम कोरेगांव बैटल हुआ था 1818 के अंदर 1st जनवरी को। अब यहाँ पे जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है स्टूडेंट्स, ये किस लिए पर्टिकुलरली फेमस है? इट इज बिकॉज दिस पर्टिकुलर बैटल हैज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग हिस्टोरिकल दलित कनेक्शन, wherein the British army had comprised mainly of the Dalit soldiers who were fighting against the upper caste dominated Peshwa army. So students, this is the most important point that is associated with the Bhima Koregaon battle 1818, wherein on one side, although there was the British army, however, it was mainly comprised of the Dalit soldiers who were fighting against the Peshwas, and that is why it was seen as a symbol of getting out of this caste dominated issues. Okay. Apart from the students, the result of the Bhima Koregaon battle was that the British troops were successful in defeating the Peshwa army. So here in students, this serves as the trajectory of the Bhima Koregaon battle. Now we are going to understand some important outcomes that had come out as a part of this particular battle. Having said that, students, as I have just told you, this victory of the British troops, which was mainly comprising of the Dalit soldiers, was seen as a win against the caste-based discrimination and oppression. Now, here in students, you must know that the Peshwas were primarily Brahmins, and they were seen as the oppressors of Dalit in this particular area. And that is why the victory of the Mahar soldiers over the Peshwa force is seen as a Dalit assertion. तो यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स जो हमें याद रखना है वो ये रखना है कि जो ब्रिटिश ट्रूप्स थी उनके अंदर जो ज्यादातर सोल्जर्स थे दे बिलोंग टू द महार कास्ट which was a lower caste, which was an untouchable caste, and they wanted to kind of fight with the Peshwa force because they have been subjugating this particular caste for a very long time. And that is why once they won this particular battle, it was seen as a win against the caste-based discrimination that had been happening to the Mahars belonging to this particular area. And that is why, students, this battle came to be seen as a symbol of Dalit pride, because a large number of soldiers in the company force were Mahar Dalits. All right. Apart from the students, you will also remember that on 1st January 1927, B.R. Ambedkar visited the memorial that is erected on the spot, which bears the names of the dead, including nearly 24 Mahar soldiers. तो महार सोल्जर्स ने ही ब्रिटिशर्स की तरफ से पार्टिसिपेट किया था इस बैटल में और उन्होंने पेशवास को हरा दिया था क्योंकि वो बहुत सालों से इन पर्टिकुलर ब्राह्मण कास्ट से डोमिनेट हो रहे थे और इसी चीज को कमेमोरेट करने के लिए B.R. अम्बेडकर भी 1927 में उस जगह पर गए थे जहां पर ये बैटल लड़ा गया था. Apart from the students, the men who fought in the Battle of Koregaon were Mahars, as I've just told you, who were untouchables. Okay, so this serves as a brief introduction pertaining to the Bhima Koregaon battle and why it is seen as, as a victory against the upper caste and something as a Dalit assertion. Okay, so you will remember the date, you will remember the two parties which were fighting, and you will also remember that the Mahar caste had primarily participated from the British side. So students, with this, we have completed our discussion on the second article as well, that is the Bhima Koregaon battle. Now we will move forward towards our third article. Now students, this third article has been taken from PIB and it is pertaining to the birth anniversary of Lala Lajpat Rai. Now with respect to your syllabus, it will form a part under History of India and Indian National Movement with respect to your preliminary examination. And it will also form a part under Indian Heritage and Culture with respect to your GS1 means examination. Now, the context, students, I already assume you understand, and it is that recently our Prime Minister, that is Shri Narendra Modi, had paid his tributes to Lala Lajpat Rai on the occasion of his birth anniversary. And that is why, as a part of this particular article, we will understand some important that were done by Lala Lajpat Rai in the modern Indian period. So let's move forward. Now, first of all, students, we must know that Lala Lajpat Rai was born in 1865 on 28th January at a small village Dudike in the district Firozpur in Punjab. He was contemporary to many great leaders at that point of time, including Mahatma Gandhi. Now, since he had given an immense contribution in the Indian freedom movement and he particularly belonged to the state of Punjab, he was popularly known as Punjab Kesari. Apart from the students, Lala Lajpat Rai was responsible for leading the extremist wing within the Indian National Congress, along with two other prominent personalities, that is Bipin Chandra Pal and Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and that is why all three of them were affectionately known as Lal, Bal and Pal. Apart from the students, if we talk about his death, so basically he succumbed to the severe injuries on the 17th November 1928 after being assaulted by the police while he was leading a demonstration against the Simon Commission in Lahore on 30th October 1928. So students, he was protesting against the Simon Commission, which was a committee that was created to look into the administration of our country. However, it was an all-white member committee, and that is why the Indians decided to boycott it. And as a part of its demonstrations, Lala Lajpat Rai got severely injured, which led to his death in 1928. All right. Now, students, we are going to talk about some of the most important socio-political contributions that were done by Lala Lajpat Rai as a part of his role in the Indian freedom struggle. Now, herein, students, first of all, in collaboration with with personality, that is Mahatma Hansraj, Lala Lajpat Rai was responsible for founding the DAV school at Lahore in 1886. Apart from the students, he was also involved in finding the Punjab National Bank along with Lala Harkishan Lal at Lahore in 1894. Apart from the students, he was also the founder of Lakshmi Insurance Company, which was started to give boost to the exports by the Indian traders. Apart from this, another important thing that is associated with him is that he was the founder of the Hindu Relief Movement in 1897 to provide help to the famine-stricken people in our country and thus preventing them from falling into the clutches of the missionaries. तो हम स्टूडेंट्स जानते हैं कि जब ब्रिटिशर्स इंडिया में आए तो उस टाइम पे बहुत सारी और भी यूरोपियन कंपनीज आई थी और मिशनरीज का एक अच्छा डोमिनेंस हो गया था हमारी कंट्री में, who were trying to convert Hindus into Christianity. And that is why, in order to prevent that, particularly during the famine period, Lala Lajpat Rai was responsible for finding an organization, that is the Hindu Relief Movement, in order to help the famine-stricken people so that they don't go for help towards the Christian missionaries. Apart from the students, from this particular example, we can also see that he has Hindu leanings, and that is why he was closely associated with the Hindu Mahasabha as well. Apart from this, he established another organization, that is Punjab Shiksha Sangh in 1911, and he also set up Radha Kishan High School in Jagrao in 1913. So students, from these two examples, along with the DAV school, we can see that Lala Lajpat Rai was putting a lot of emphasis with respect to flourishing or giving importance towards the setup of the national education in British India. Apart from the students, he also founded the Indian Home Rule League of America in October 17. Finally, apart from this, in recognition of his outstanding role in the Indian freedom movement, he was also elected as the president of the Indian National Congress at the Calcutta session in 1920. Now, students, in the same year, he also founded and also became the first president of the All India Trade Union Congress. So here in students, in this particular slide, there are a lot of factual points that are associated with all the 5 organizations that were founded by Lala Lajpat Rai. So you are going to remember all of these. Apart from the students, he also established at Lahore the Tilak School of Politics in the year 1920 and the Kwame Vidyapeeth in 1921. He was also responsible for finding the Servants of People Society, which was a social reform society which had been founded in the year 1921 in the month of May. Finally, students, another factual information that is associated with Lala Lajpat Rai is that he joined the Swaraj Party in 1926, wherein he was elected as the deputy leader in the Central Legislative Assembly. तो स्टूडेंट्स, ये एक छोटा सा कंपाइलेशन है ऑफ सम ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट्स दैट आर एसोसिएटेड विद लाला लाजपत राय. यहाँ पर हमने देखा कि उन्होंने किस तरह के ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस चालू करी, पर्टिकुलरली कौन से स्कूल्स चालू किए, कुछ बैंक्स को भी उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था जिससे कि इंडियन ट्रेडर्स को बूस्ट मिले. उसके अलावा उन्होंने ऑल इंडिया ट्रेड यूनियन कांग्रेस को भी स्टार्ट किया था जिससे कि जो हमारी कंट्री के वर्कर्स हैं उनको एक आवाज मिल पाए और वो इसी पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के प्रेसिडेंट भी बने. Apart from this, students, another important point that you have to remember with respect to Lala Lajpat Rai are some of his literary contributions. Now, herein, you must know that he was a prolific author and he had written many books. Apart from this, he was also responsible for finding and editing many newspapers and journals. Now, as a part of the students, Lala Lajpat Rai was greatly influenced by the Arya Samaj and its founder, that is Swami Dayanand Saraswati. And because of this, he had dedicatedly written a book that is known as the History of Arya Samaj in the year 1915. तो उनका एक बहुत ही क्लोज इन्फ्लुएंस रहा है उनके ऊपर आर्य समाज का और स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती का, जिसकी वजह से 1915 में उन्होंने हिस्ट्री ऑफ आर्य समाज नाम की एक किताब लिखी थी. Apart from the students, if we talk about the newspapers and journals, he launched 3 English weeklies. That is the Regenerator of Aryavrat in 1833, the Punjabi in 1904, and the People in 1925. Apart from the students, he was also responsible for publishing an Urdu weekly, that is Desho Pakarak, in the year 1883, and also a Urdu daily, that is Bande Matram, in the year 1920. Finally, students, he was also recognized for writing some popular biographies of people such as Mazzini, Garibaldi, and Swami Dayanand Saraswati. तो स्टूडेंट्स ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट लिटरेरी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस है जो कि लाला लाजपत राय के साथ एसोसिएट किए जाते हैं. ये काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, इनको आपको याद रखना है. इनफैक्ट स्टूडेंट्स, इन द ईयर 2018 प्रिलिमिनरी एग्जामिनेशन, वन क्वेश्चन हैड डायरेक्टली कम अप फ्रॉम लाला लाजपत राय एंड इट वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट हिज पर्सनालिटी एंड वी हैड टू आइडेंटिफाई वेदर विद whom these achievements are associated with this. ओके अब यहाँ पर स्टूडेंट्स जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है इस क्वेश्चन को समझने से पहले मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी वो ये है कि ये जितनी भी इंफॉर्मेशन है ये आपको पीआईबी के आर्टिकल के अंदर डायरेक्टली मिल जाएगी और ये कुछ ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन है जो रूटीन टेक्स्ट बुक्स में कवर नहीं होती है एंड दैट इज व्हाई सच आर्टिकल्स आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड हेंस आई एम मेकिंग दिस कंपाइलेशन फॉर यू गाइस. So students, let's understand this particular question as well. So basically, a brief introduction about a personality was given here, wherein it was said that he wrote biographies of Mazzini, Garibaldi, Shivaji, and Sri Krishna, stayed in America for some time, and was also elected to the Central Assembly. He was. So here in students, as a part of our previous discussion, we have already seen that Lala Lajpat Rai had written the biographies of Mazzini and Garibaldi. Apart from this, in the year 1926, once he had joined the Swaraj Party, he became a member of the Central Legislative Assembly. And hence, from these two information itself, we can identify that the answer will be option C, that is Lala Lajpat Rai. So students, with this, I have completed my discussion on all these 3 articles. Now I will take up questions if you have any. Students, if you have any questions, please come up with that. All right, so while you're coming up with your questions, I would like to point out, students, that don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Skholar IAS, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever a new video is coming up. Every week we are creating content for you guys with respect to your preparation of UPSC examination. So it will be very, very important. So go check out our YouTube channel. Apart from the students, we also have an app and a website, that is Skholar IAS, wherein we are putting up and creating amazing courses with respect to your UPSC preparation. There is also a lot of free content with respect to your daily current affairs, etc. So go check out our app and website as well. Thank you so much, Vishwas, for joining us. Thank you, Shubham. I hope you like the content. Guys, if you have any questions regarding these three articles or any other general question for UPSC preparation, please come up with that. All right, students. So I'm assuming that I've answered all of your questions. In case you have any doubts pertaining to any article or any other query, feel free to comment in the comments section below and we'll give you the answers to all your queries. Thank you so much. This is it. I hope you have understood all the topics.